What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lo and my husband and I are working on paying off six-figure student loan debt. Now, while we are doing that, I am tracking our net worth because not only is it important to focus on debt payoff, but it's important for us to focus on our overall financial picture. And honestly, net worth changes increase faster than debt payoff because it tracks not just your debt payoff, but your increase in your assets every month. So we are currently contributing to retirement accounts, putting money into an emergency fund, saving money for my daughter's college account, and paying off debt. So we've got a lot going on, and in today's net worth update, I've got a very exciting update. When I started sharing our net worth updates several months ago, our net worth was over negative $160,000. So today I've got a very exciting update because our net worth is now still negative, but it is only negative in the 5 figures. So we broke the negative 100,000 mark. We are into the negative 90s, and that is super exciting. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet where I track our net worth to see exactly what happened this month. All right, this is my net worth spreadsheet, and you can see over here we've got assets in green. That's everything that we own. And then over here in red, we have liabilities, and that is everything that we owe, all of our debts. All right, starting out with the assets, first of all, our house. It started out the month having a value of $410,000, and it did increase. It's really hard to know exactly how much it's increasing because the real estate market is so crazy right now, and so things are going up really, really fast. But it did increase some, so I estimated that it went up by about $2,000 for a value at the end of the month of $412,000. However, our neighbor just put their house on the market for $460,000. Their house is the exact same size as ours. It's a little bit different layout, but we live in a development where there's only a couple layouts and they're all very similar. And ours actually, we did some construction to improve ours, so ours has an extra room that theirs doesn't. So it's possible they overpriced it and it's not going to sell for that much. It's possible that our house is worth $460,000. I don't really know. So I'm just, doing modest increases based on what Zillow's saying and then what I'm seeing in our neighborhood. Another house in our neighborhood sold for $410,000 recently, so who knows, but this is just my best estimate, so that it went up a little bit. So for savings, I have our emergency fund in there, which currently has $20,000 in it, and then everything that's in our sinking funds. So at the beginning of the month, we had $21,882 between all of our savings, and then we ended the month with $22,286, so that's an increase of $404. For my husband's retirement, he's got 2 retirement accounts, but I just lumped them into one line item. He has a 401k through work, and then he has an IRA. So his account started out at $32,686 and it went up to $36,160. So that was an increase of $3,474. And considering we only contributed $1,500 this month, plus his employer match was maybe about $400, so we only contributed $1,900. April was a really good month in the stock market, and so we did see a big increase in his retirement this month. For my retirement, we started out with $17,137 and ended the month with $21,472. Now, if you watched my last video, which is or maybe not my last one, but recently, within the last week or two, our annual financial goal tracking, I showed you guys that I maxed out my Roth IRA in April, so I contributed $3,500 in the month of April. So you can see here that it went up by $4,335. So $3,500 of that was my contribution, and then the rest was gains from the stock market. All right, next, my brokerage account. So we started out the month with $619 and ended the month with $1,661. And that was a change of $1,042. So in past months, this was just a Fidelity brokerage account where I just had one account where I would put little extra money here or there just to try to, put some money to the side that was invested but wasn't in a retirement account. And so it went up a lot this month compared to other months because I actually opened a second brokerage account. I've been wanting to find another brokerage account that is just a little bit easier to invest in. My current brokerage account is through Fidelity, and it's fine to invest with, but it's just a little bit complicated. And when you put money in it, you have to then go back in and invest the money after it's cleared, and it's just a little bit of a hassle to do, and it's just complicated because there's so many different funds that you can invest in. So I was looking for something a little bit simpler, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about M1 Finance from actually a lot of other people here on YouTube, and I've just read about it myself when I've been doing research on other brokerage accounts. And so I did put some money into an M1 Finance account from my YouTube business account. So I pulled some money out of that account. I keep all my YouTube money to the side, and then I pay myself a monthly salary, which is a very small amount. I'm making it sound like fancier than it is. But I had a bunch of money sitting there because I've been trying to like pace it so I can keep it consistent if I have like a lower month. And I just decided I wanted to take some of that money and invest it into a brokerage account instead of paying myself. And so I took some money out of there, put it into an M1 Finance account, and I've been liking that app so far, because when you put the money in, you can have it auto invest into a pie, and your pie is just like your asset allocation within your, you know, within your investment account. And there's like example pies, and you can just click like a pre-made pie, and it just makes it easy because like if you don't know a lot about investing, they've got recommendations of what to do, versus like you go on Fidelity and there's just like hundreds and thousands of stocks and funds you can invest in, and you have to do all your research yourself. So for somebody who's newer to investing, I liked that it was a little more user friendly. And there's other investing like platforms out there or apps like Robinhood or Webull or like all those, and those are for like people that want to be trading stocks all the time, and that's not what I was looking for either. I'm just looking for something that's easy, that I set what my investment is going to be, and then every time I put in money it just goes in there, and I'm not trading things, I'm not like researching and stuff. It's just very simple. So I've been liking it so far. And we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep trying it out, but they do have a promotion going on right now if you guys want to try it. If you sign up for M1 Finance with my link in the description, you get $30 when you sign up, and I also get $30. So that helps me out and helps you guys out. It's win-win for both of us. So if you're interested, click the link in my description. If you guys are looking to open an investment account, or you know, work on some savings goals or something, and you want something that's easy and simple to learn how to invest, to kind of dip your toe into the world of investing without having to figure out and do a lot of research, I'd highly recommend you check them out. So again, my link is in the description if you want to get $30 free when you sign up. All right, next is my daughter's 529 account. So we start out the month with $4,571 in that account, and at the end of the month it went up to $49.76, and we contributed a few $100 this month, and a few hundred was market gains. Next, we have our health savings account. So we started out the month with $3,695 and ended the month with $6,429. Actually, there's really an extra $1,000 in there, but it needs to come out because it's an over contribution. So I just marked that as being in our savings because that's where it's moving. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. $6,429 is what's in there available for us to use for health needs, and I actually invested I think $3,000 of it in an index fund, and then the rest of it is just in cash so we can use it for medical over the next year. And so that was an increase of $2,734. Next, we have stock options. So we have stock options in a company, and they're currently worth something, but we're not able to cash them out, and so they're essentially not worth anything. So I put them in there to remind us that we have those. Hopefully they'll be worth something one day, but for now they have zeros there. And finally, our cars. Our cars are worth around $13,000. We each have a car with about 100,000 miles on it, and my husband's is from 2015 or 2014, and mine's from 2015. Actually, according to my Mint app, which I use to also track our net worth, you just put in all your assets and stuff like this, and it like auto connects to your accounts. It says our cars are worth like $25,000, but I just don't think that's right, so I'm just leaving it at 13. I've left it at 13 for a long time. They may be worth a little more, maybe a little less. Next, moving on to our liabilities. So first of all, our mortgage, we are just paying our regular mortgage payment. I think I rounded up by like a couple dollars, so it's an even number, but basically paying just the minimum while we are working on paying off debt. And also, we're not planning to stay in this house long term, so I'm not really looking to pay off the mortgage early. And so we started out the month with $306,975 in our mortgage, and then we paid that down to $306,465, which is a decrease of $510. Next, we've got a home equity line for some construction that we did in our house, which is actually the room I'm sitting in now. And so that was at $22,099, and it went down to $22,034, which was a decrease of $65. So next month, it should be in the 21s. So we're not paying that one down really fast either, but it is nice to see your debts go down. So yeah, we should hit a milestone with that debt next month. Next is my graduate school student loan. I went to law school and I have large student loans, and my husband also went to an MBA program, and so he has some student loans from that. So those are the last two debts that we are working on paying off in our debt-free journey. So my student loans started out at $197,641, and they went down to $196 and $158 for a change of $1,483. Now we're just paying the minimum payment on my student loans every month because we're putting any extra payments towards my husband's. Since his balance is lower, we're trying to get his paid off first, and then we'll put a lot extra to mine. Finally, my husband's graduate school student loan started out with a balance of $94,972 and ended up with a balance of $92,705, which was a decrease of $2,267. So his minimum payment was about $1,000, and then we put an extra, I think, $1,500 this month. So it went down by a good amount, and we're getting close to that next milestone for his loan, which is getting it under the $90,000 mark. So it might happen in the month of May and maybe June, but that's something I am working on and excited and looking towards. I forgot to say this earlier at the end of the assets section, but we start out the month with $503,590 in assets and ended up with $517,984, which was an increase of $14,394. And this is why I love tracking our net worth, not just our debt payoff, because if you look at what we did for liabilities, we started out with $921,687 and ended up with $617,362, which was a decrease of $4,325. Our debts only went down by $4,325, and I say only because compared to how much our assets went up, it's a smaller number. But a decrease in debts of $4,325 in 1 month is amazing, and our debts used to go up every month. So like, I am super, super appreciative and happy and proud of that number of going down by over $4,000 in 1 month. But the assets going up by over $14,000, that's what makes this progress go so much faster, is because you're not only tracking your decrease in your debts, you're tracking your increase in your assets. So all that to say, how did our net worth change this month? We started out the month with a net worth of negative $118,097, and we ended up the month with a negative $99,378. So if you guys have been following me for a while, then you know our goal is to get to a zero or positive net worth before the end of 2021. And that may happen, it may not. It really depends a lot on how the stock market does and just some other factors. But the fact that we are moving every single month towards that number, and now we are in a 5-digit number rather than a 6-digit number, is super, super exciting. So our net worth increased by $18,719 this month. Now, if we come down here, we can see how our net worth has changed by month. So you can see starting back in November 2020, we were at negative $170,000, and now that's already, as of April, gone up to $99,378. And so you can see here our net worth is trending this way. So this is, you know, negatives below this line, and then it's getting closer and closer and closer to zero, and then as it crosses this line and it goes up, it will be a positive net worth number. So we're really looking forward to hitting that. It's just gonna feel good. I mean, we're still gonna have a ton of debt, but at least we know overall at the end of the day, when that number goes positive, our overall net worth isn't zero. Now, it's important to remember that net worth is not the same as self-worth. Just because your net worth is negative or your net worth isn't good doesn't mean that you are not worthy or you are not good. Although I have had a negative net worth for a long time, since I started law school essentially at age 22. And my husband and I have had a negative collective net worth since we have been married. It's a temporary thing. Young people generally don't have as high of a net worth as older people, and eventually we are going to hit that, you know, that mark where we have a positive net worth, and then it's just going to keep going up from there because we aren't going to touch our retirement accounts and we're dedicated to not taking on more debt. So it's been a year and a half almost since we started our debt-free journey and stopped using credit cards and started working on paying off all of our debt. So as long as we keep having our debt number go down each month, then our overall net worth is going to go up over the long term. It's really funny because for a long time I was very embarrassed about our financial situation and felt a lot of shame around it. And as we work on it and improve it and I feel more in control of it, I feel less and less shame and feel more sad for myself that I felt ashamed at all. Because what we're going through is normal. And because money is so taboo to talk about, it didn't feel normal. Because I don't know what other people's finances look like. And that's part of the reason I share all this. Because money is hard, and like, money decisions are hard, and managing your money is hard, and all of it's hard. So I don't want to feel ashamed of our decisions. Mistakes need to happen to learn, and you have to make decisions in life in order to move forward and grow. And these are the decisions that we made that led us to this situation, and we are making decisions now to get our net worth positive. And there's nothing shameful about that. It's actually something we should be super proud of. So if you are feeling shame about your financial situation, please go easy on yourself, give yourself some grace, and look at it as the learning experience that it is. Because I can guarantee you, working on getting out of a bad financial situation and doing it successfully teaches you so many valuable lessons that it's worth the cost that that debt or those bad financial decisions cost you just to learn those lessons. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this major net worth update. I am keeping my fingers crossed that we will keep trending in this direction and keep getting closer to that positive net worth number before the end of this year. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps on my channel. And if you want to follow along on our net worth journey, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.